Colleen McLean from Sound Youth Counselling in Parry Sound. Now, I say in Parry Sound, but this is changing, Colleen. Let's talk about this.
It is. It's really exciting. Thanks, James. We are coming into Huntsville, so SYC Parry Sound, but also SYC Huntsville, and yeah, we're really excited to become a part of the Huntsville community.
This is amazing for many reasons. First of all, just an amazing story of a local entrepreneur like yourself being able to expand her business. I mean, that's just such a great news story, but also the availability of mental health services coming to the region. So for those that may have no idea what this service is, let's first of all talk about Sound Youth Counseling and what it does.
Fair, thank you. Yes, so Sound Youth Counseling, we are a pretty broad spectrum mental health practice we start with children, typically around age 5, right through teens into early adulthood. So trying to bridge those service gaps sometimes between children and adult supports. Through to support for parents and families and even perinatal populations. So sort of do it all, but really most focused on children and youth support in the area.
Now you kind of you bridge a gap here between obviously offering paid for services, but I know also as well you're offering services for people that may not be able to pay for these. So there's kind of an interesting dynamic of your organization of being a business, but also in some ways a not-for-profit.
We try to make our services as accessible as possible. It's when we need support, we want to be able to get support. And certainly financial barriers are a challenge for a lot of people, and we recognize that. So we do what we can through either, direct billing for insurance companies, sliding scale pricing. And we also are fortunate to have support from community members who will donate money to us so that we can offer a sponsored counseling program as well for those who just can't afford it at all. Then we can help bridge that for them so they can get what they need.
That's amazing. So let's talk about why Huntsville. What has propelled you to expand these services into Huntsville and into Muskoka as well?
Yeah, good question. I have a special place in my heart for Huntsville. I spent a lot of time there. I lived there for a period of time. I still have family there, so feel some heart-based connections to the community, and I've always really enjoyed my time there. And also, we've just started to see more referrals from people in the Huntsville area who are looking for sort of a practice that has that youth specific focus. And so thought this works out perfectly. And through various connections, we have a team member who will be specific in Huntsville. I'll be back and forth. And so we're hoping that, that helps get us started.
Anecdotally, and I'm not going to obviously say any names or anything, but I have heard of people that have used your services that live in the area. So it only makes sense, I guess, and rather than having people travel to Parry Sound to acquire these services that they feel are so important for their children, to be able to have that hub here. So tell me a bit more about how this is going to work, Colleen. What does this look like having that space here?
So if people are interested, they can reach out through our website, soundyouthcounseling.ca. They don't need a direct referral from, a doctor or anything like that. They can contact us directly, and then we would set up appointments with them in Huntsville. We can do a hybrid, a virtual or not, depending on what they want. But we have a space there so that we can. In person's always really nice to just have that connection. So now we can offer that.
Fantastic. So, suggestively, I mean, as you've sort of alluded to, you kind of already have broken into the Muskoka market by doing online sessions, right? This is really just providing more of a physical space for people to do this in.
And some continuity of space too when we're back and forth. We've been creative in the past with, where for me where I've met people, but this will be nice to have just one space that offers that consistency for everyone.
You know,
Mhm.
I this is kind of a loaded question, but is it possible we'll see more expansion in Muskoka in the future?
I mean, anything is possible. We will see. Right now, we're committing to getting some support in Huntsville, and where it goes from there, who knows?